will not believe the story behind this painting.
She said go right?
This is my painting that I painted in 2006, Siamese Sound Asleep. And I painted so many of these cuddling Siamese cats. Aren't they adorable? And by the way, this image is by my friend Karen Sturzenegger, who lives in Switzerland. How cool is that? And she is the reason there is a story behind this picture, this painting, because when I originally found these beautiful pictures of Siamese cats, I reached out to Karen and asked her permission to use her pictures for paintings, and she graciously agreed to allow me to paint her cats, paint pictures of her cats. I didn't actually paint on her cats. They're in Switzerland, that would be hard, but I painted pictures of her cats, and she was really great. And we got to know each other all online because she's, by the way, of course, in Switzerland. I'm in the US. I've always wanted to go to Switzerland. So I was like, well, anytime you wanted to come to the US, you have a place to stay, hoping she would invite me to come to Switzerland because I've always wanted to go. This is how crazy I was in my youth, because I would never do this now. I would not try to go meet a stranger in a foreign country, but I had no fear then. So one summer, I was working in the schools as a school social worker. I have a master's in social work, by the way. And so I was working in the schools. I had my summers off. I wanted to go to Switzerland. So I reached out to Karen and I said, can I come and see you in Switzerland? I want to go on a trip. And she's like, well, I'm jealous. I want to go on a trip too. And I said, well, where do you want to go? And she said, I want to go to Costa Rica. I said, okay, let's go. So I, with very little foreign travel experience, met Karen, a stranger I met on the internet, in Costa Rica by myself. I would never do that now, but I did it and it turned out so great. We had an amazing adventure. Here's a clip of us being lost in Nicaragua, which, by the way, we thought Costa Rica was a little boring and not exciting enough, so we went to Nicaragua. Man, Nicaragua was really great. It was such a great adventure. But we did get lost. So here's footage of us being lost in Nicaragua.
She said go right?
And we ended up going to rainforest and staying in these little hostels that only had cold running water. And it was just a whole adventure. And I wish I had more videos to share with you. So the next summer, or maybe it was the next summer after that, I asked her again, I would love to come to Switzerland and meet you and your cats and maybe go somewhere cool in Europe. So she agreed, and I went and stayed with her in Switzerland. I met her cats. Here's me with her cats. And we also took a train down to Italy. We went to Florence and Rome, and it was just mind-blowing. If you've never been, especially Florence, I highly recommend. So I'd love to hear about your travel adventures, by the way, to some of these places in the comments. Tell me all about them. I love to gab about travel, by the way. So that's the story behind these Siamese cats and so many other of the Siamese cats images you'll find in my Etsy shop and also rachelstudio.com. And I haven't done a tutorial on them, and this was a great little painting to do a tutorial on because it was kind of simple, a simple palette. I changed the background color a little, but otherwise it's very similar to the original one I did. So tell me in the comments which one you like best. Do you like the one with the purple background that I just did for my Patreon students? Or do you like the one with the burnt sienna brownish background? And I would love to hear from you. If you would like to learn how I painted this and over 90 other tutorials, be sure to join my Patreon. I hope you will join me next week for another art adventure. Until then, go watercolor your world. Bye, everybody.